Hello and welcome to the teaching podcast of Epic Church in Independence, Missouri. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Dustin McClellan. Today we have lead pastor Bobby Auk here to talk about the C in Epic, commit, as a part of our ministry strategy. Listen in to the Epic Teaching Podcast today as we continue the Epic conversation. Today we're concluding our series here at Epic Church talking about our ministry strategy. And the final word there in our acronym, EPIC, we've got experience, participate, invest, and commit. Commit is the final word there in the final final part of our ministry strategy. And Bobby Auk is here, lead pastor, talking to us again about that. Bobby, kind of give us an introduction on commit today.
Commit is important to us because it's the last step in our ministry strategy, but in many ways it kind of starts the process over again. Because we hope when you decide to commit to Epic, you're really committing to the vision of the church, which is bigger than any of us individually. And part of that vision, when you commit to be part of that, is to bring people through the process, or at least to have that as your goal. So you're kind of solidifying that, hey, this is the place where I believe that not only I can continue to grow and use my talents and abilities to serve God and give of my treasure, but where I can help bring others through that process of growth as well.
Gotcha. How does one commit to Epic Church? That word is used so often in our culture, but how do we truly commit to this team?
Yeah, well, and that's a great question, Dustin. First of all, we have what we call Epic Connection. Epic Connection is a time that we offer periodically where we will encourage people that are new to the church or people that haven't yet taken the time to come to Epic Connection to come out. And what are we asking them to connect with? First of all, we're asking them to connect with our leaders. We want them to be able to get a chance to, if they haven't met us personally or at least had some conversations, to connect relationally. But beyond that, we're asking them to take the time to connect to the vision. And so that evening, the vision of Epic Church is not only presented, but we go beyond that to talk about the strategy, the values, some of the things that make Epic unique, with the realization that we say this publicly, that not everyone is going to feel like they can commit to the vision of Epic Church, and we're okay. We're a church for anyone, but not for everyone. And so anyone's welcome to attend. Not everyone is going to commit. Now, do you have to commit to be a part of Epic Church? No. But this is for that core nucleus of people that would say, I want to commit to be part of a team that's going to help reach people in our city.
So when someone comes to the Epic Connection and they are part of that, what is the next step after the Epic Connection? Yeah,
well, the next step is really making a decision. It's a decision that you can come to the Epic Connection, you can hear the vision, the strategy, the values. We can talk about what it means to be a member of a team, and you can walk away and you can make a decision whether you want to make that commitment or whether you don't. And we leave the ball in your court. We don't follow up with you and badger you about joining the church. That's not what it's about. Membership at Epic is not about voting. It's not about my rights. It's about me committing to another group of individuals to be part of a team that can reach this city. So if a person says, you know what, I do align with those values, I feel like this is the place where I really, really want to not only just serve in a ministry or give from time to time, but this is the place I really want to commit my heart, my family. This is my church. When you make that decision to commit, we're asking you to commit to 4 things. And we're going to use a simple acronym, the word team, because we really look at this as a team commitment. So if I could break that down just for a moment. Sure. We're asking you, number 1, commit. The T in team, we're asking you to commit to trust. We want to be able to trust you, and we want you to be able to trust us. And so instead of having a list of do's and don'ts, we trust that you're going to continue to grow in the Lord and that you're going to trust the vision of this church and get behind it in every way possible. The second thing we ask you to do is to commit to excellence. Every team strives for excellence, every winning team anyway. And we want people to understand that part of commitment is that I'm going to give my best every time. We just really we don't want to be happy with anything less than the best, because that's what God's given to us. So we really ask for and even demand excellence. And so we ask for people to commit to that. The A in our acronym team stands for accountability. At this level of commitment, anybody that's on a team, if you've been on a sports team before, I know you have, and probably many of us listening, but when you commit to that, there's a level of accountability. If you're not going to show up at practice,
Yeah.
you make the phone call. You have a reason why. And so it's not that we want to micromanage people's times or their lives, not at all. We just want there to be a level of accountability that says, hey, if I'm not going to be there, I'm going to let somebody know. If I can't do something I said I'm going to do, I'm going to be accountable to at least meet with a ministry leader and discuss it. So this level of commitment is not for those that just want to drop the ball and go home. Yeah. This is for people that want to be held accountable. And I know we as a leadership team want to be held accountable. Right. And finally, the M is for maturity, that committing to the team that you are going to continue to grow in your relationship with God, just like any other team where you desire to be better at what you do, that you're going to commit to continue to grow. And again, not a list of do's and don'ts, but a fact that I want to continue every day to look a little bit more like Jesus. And that's what we ask of our people that will commit to the Epic mission.
So that's committing to the Epic mission. Talk to us a little bit about our personal mission. And as you talk about that, talk to us about the process again, and how that kind of restarts, the ministry strategy restarts for someone at Epic Church.
Yeah, when you get to that point, we want you to commit to the Epic mission. We want you to commit to be part of Team Epic, but we also do. We want you to commit to be to fulfill your personal mission. And I think all of our missions look a little bit different, but the similarity is, the common denominator, if you will, Dustin, is that they all have at the forefront, or should have at the forefront, reaching people that are far from God and bringing people into relationship with God. And that's kind of where the strategy starts all over, because we want you to commit to reach out to your family members, your coworkers, your neighbors, your classmates, the people that you know, and bring them through that process like you've been brought through that process. Not because we simply want them to commit to membership at Epic Church. We want them to experience a relationship with God.
Right.
And so we ask people, if you're going to be committing to Epic, you're really committing to be a soul winner. You're committing to tell other people and demonstrate by your actions that you follow Christ, that you're a Christ follower.
And that's what Jesus called us to do. He called us to reach people, to make disciples. And really, when we commit to that mission, that simply enables us to invite more people to the experience and allow them to just celebrate that process, as we've gone through it.
Yeah, and one more thing, Dustin, that, as you say that, reminds me. Some people kind of say, well, really committing, I'm already doing those things. I mean, you already asked me to come to the experience, and I'm already participating in a life group, and I'm already investing in ministry and investing by giving tithe and offerings. What really is the point of committing? 'Cause all I'm really doing is I'm committing to do something I'm already doing on a weekly basis, and really the answer is exactly.
Yeah,
that's exactly what you're committing to. You're sealing the deal and saying, I believe so much in the mission of God's church, but specifically fleshed out at Epic Church, that I want to be held accountable. I want to be part of this team. And one of the things at Epic Connection we talk about the benefits of being a member of a team, and the difference in membership to a team at Epic compared to most memberships that other churches might have, because ours looks completely different, and it's all about the commitment that we express, not necessarily about meeting for voting sessions and things like that. We're more about the mission of the church that Jesus has. And so, yes, it is about committing to the things that you've already done. And that's why before you can commit to be part of the team, you do have to exemplify in your life that you're already doing the experience, the participation, the investing before you can commit.
And, as you're going through the Epic Connection, you may ask that question, why? Why commit? And we would simply say, why not? Why not truly be committed to a cause that is greater than ourselves and reaching people? Well, that's the ministry strategy, and that's the conclusion of our series there. And for more information, you can visit www.epickc.com and look specifically on our blog.epickc.com, for more information about our Epic Connection. Bobby, thanks again for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening in to the Epic Teaching Podcast today. For the latest updates on Epic Church, visit www.epickc.com.